Good morning, students. Welcome to the GPREC Center for Digital Education of E-Content Development Program on the module Concrete Technology subject. In today's lecture video, we are going to be discussing a new topic, that is lecture number 5, fresh concrete. Nothing but the workability. So here, the workability is a property of fresh concrete. Before entering today's lecture, let us introduce myself. I am M. Hemant Kumar, working as an assistant professor in Civil Engineering Department from G. Pullareddy Engineering College, Autonomous, Kurnool. And coming to the today's lecture, the topic on the fresh concrete, it is divided in number of topics. Those topics, it is mentioned in the index part. Let me see. First one, introduction of concrete. Second one, types of workability. Third one, manufacturing process of a fresh concrete. Fourth one, factors affecting workability. Fifth one, measurement of workability. Sixth one, segregation and bleeding. Seventh one, ready mix concrete and shotcrete. So these are the topics. It will be explained in 3 different part videos, that is lecture 5.1, lecture 5.2, lecture 5.3. Okay, in lecture 5.1 we will be discuss the topics 1, 2, 3, 4, and coming to the lecture number 5.2 we are going to be discuss the topic on fifth one, measurement of workability, and coming to the lecture 5.3 the topics we are going to be discuss 6 and 7, that is segregation and bleeding and ready mix concrete and shotcrete. Okay, now let us start our concept. First of all, introduction of fresh concrete. First of all, we have to know what is meant by a concrete. So before entering in today's lecture also, in last lecture videos, we have discussed the main ingredients. Okay, the main lectures, lecture number 1, lecture number 2.1 and 2.2, lecture number 3.1 and 3.2, lecture number 4.1 and 4.2. These are the lectures that I have given on cement plus admixtures and sand and coarse aggregates. So nothing but cement, admixtures, aggregates. Okay, so these are the very most ingredients will be used to be mixed in a mixer machine to form a fresh concrete. Now let us come here. What is meant by a fresh concrete? It is a mixing process of or mixture of cement, sand, coarse aggregate with adding of water is nothing but called as a fresh concrete. Okay, done. For any type of a constructions, so for any type of a constructions or any type of a infrastructures, the concrete is one of a major important material to be placed in the specific locations. So without having the concrete material, we can't go for the any type of constructions. So that is nothing but masonry structures. So those are different. But for the tall structures, very long structures, the concrete is one of a most important. Okay, now fresh concrete is a mixture of cement, fine aggregates, nothing but a sand, coarse aggregates and water is called a fresh concrete. Okay, now see, you people, you just observe a small image I have mentioned in the bottom corner. So cement, so concrete is nothing but cement plus sand plus coarse aggregates. So these 3 topics that we have discussed in the previous lecture with the addition of water. Okay, finally in the mixing process, after completing the mixing process, the output material will be get the concrete. So this is the concrete which it is available in the image we are going to be using for the construction purpose. Next important note, if you are taking only cement plus sand plus aggregate and water, then it is going to be preparing as normal concrete. Okay, in this normal concrete, I mean either during or before the mixing process. So if any additive material is going to be adding in that concrete, okay, when we are doing the mixing process now, before the mixing process or during the mixing process, if we are going to be adding any additive material, that is nothing but the admixtures. So the lecture number 3.1 and 3.2 we have discussed the admixtures topic, okay. So note, if any additive material was added into the concrete mixing during or before the process, then it is going to be preparing as a special concrete. Okay, so here nominal concrete is different, special concrete is different. Okay, so about that special concrete we have discussed in the admixtures. Okay, nothing but in admixtures, chemical admixture will be available, mineral admixtures will be available. Those are the additive materials. If those additive materials we are adding in this nominal concrete, what it will be become? Special concrete. What type of a special? Maybe improves the workability level, maybe it increases the durability and strength, and having the good setting time also. Okay, so that is a concept. Okay, done. Okay, now you got no. So there is a small differences between fresh concrete versus special concrete. Nothing but here we are taking only cement plus sand plus coarse aggregate with the water. Okay, coming to the special concrete, for this nominal concrete where cement plus sand plus coarse aggregate plus water with addition of additive materials. So then the special concrete is going to be preparing. Okay, next. In this case, okay, so after preparation the concrete material directly we have to be used for the construction process? No, we have to check the quantity, we have to check the quality level. So how we have to be measure that quality level? Nothing but workability. So what I have said, workability is a property of fresh concrete. Okay, so for the aggregates, what are the properties are there? Strength, toughness, hardness. Next, for the cement, what are the properties are there? Size, okay, nothing but to find a size, specific gravity and strength. Those are the properties. Okay, so like that for fresh concrete also property will be there. Only one property, two properties will be there. So those two properties for fresh concrete we are going to be take the property is workability. For hardened concrete, we are going to be taking as strength property or modulus of elasticity property. Okay, done. After preparation of this concrete material, we have to check the quality. What is the quality of this fresh concrete? How we have to be measured? So it was measured by the workability. So the fresh concrete is measured by the workability. Okay, the fresh concrete is measured by the workability. So workability is nothing but it is a property of a fresh concrete. Now we will see what is the definition of a workability. See, the workability is with which the fresh concrete can be properly, okay, can be properly mixed, transported, placed, compacted and finished without having any segregation or bleeding. Okay, so what we will be do in the ground floor or on the road, so the concrete is going to be mixing. So the mixing, it should be taken as properly, and after the mixing process slowly we will be transported to the 5th floor. Okay, how we are going to be transporting? Through the any trolleys or else through the any lifts or else to the any pumps. Okay, the transportation also have to be done properly. Next, placing. Where we are going to be placing? In the slab areas or else in the beam areas. So we have to be place it properly. After placing, we will be we have to do the compaction process. The compactions are nothing but done by the vibratory machines. Why we have to do the compaction process? Nothing but to reduce the air voids in a fresh concrete member which is placed in a specific location. And finally, we will do the small finishing surface. So after the completing this process, it should not get any segregation or bleeding. So without having any segregation or bleeding, the fresh concrete must be mixed, transported, placed, compacted and finished properly. That is nothing but the workability. Okay, this is the example of workability. Okay, now the workability, so the range of workability, it was dependent on the taken of water content. Okay, done. Whatever it may be, so if you take less water, you will get one type of workable concrete. If you take more water, you take it will be get some other type of workable concrete. Okay, so whatever it may be, so what kind of ingredients you take, but water is an very important. How much quantity of water we have to be take, which depends on the water cement ratio. Okay, so the workability of a fresh concrete, it should be good workable. How? It is dependent on the water cement ratio. So the range of workability is in between 0.4 to 0.6. Okay, done. For example, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6. Okay, for 0.4 you will get harsh workable concrete. Next, for 0.5 it will be having medium workable concrete. For 0.6, okay, for 0.5 you will get medium workable concrete. Coming to the 0.6, high workable concrete. For example, if you are taking the less water, this is the less water, what type of a concrete you will be get? Harsh workable nature. If you are taking more water, okay, nothing but it is mentioned as W by C equals to 0.6. What is C here? C is nothing but cement into cement. How much kgs you have taken? For example, 0.6 into 500, where 6 into 50, where 30. 300 grams or 300 kgs, like that. So then the water is taken as 300 kgs, nothing but it should be converted into the liters form. So like that, the water cement ratio, it is going to be acted, and very important nature for the good workable of a concrete. Okay, done. So to have a measurement of good workable concrete, we have to be refer IS code references. As per IS 456-2000, so it is mentioned as plain and reinforced concrete for the code of practices. And coming to the IS 1199 is to part 2 2018, so for the slump testings. Okay, done. Now mixed proportions. So what is mean by a mixed proportion? Okay, so to preparation of a concrete, we are taking cement, we are taking sand, we are taking the coarse aggregate with the addition of water. Okay, so done. How much quantity of cement we have to be take? How much quantity of sand we have to be take? How much quantity of coarse aggregate we have to be take? So is we know? We don't know. So for that purpose, for example, my dear students, if you are taking the ingredients cement, sand, coarse aggregate and water approximately, or else however as a through the any batching, without having proper batching, so how the concrete is going to be preparing? It's a non-workable, okay, non-workable nature of a concrete. It won't be sufficient. Why? Because for example, in our home only, in the kitchen room, when we are preparing any food or when we are preparing any curry, if the ingredients also very important, no, the quantity of ingredients also will act very important. If you are taking high salt, how the taste will be having? We can't eat. Okay, if we are taking high chili powder, red chili powder, we can eat? No. So like that, here also the quantity of ingredients, I'm telling the quantity, not the quality. Okay, the quantity of ingredients also plays an important role. How much we have to be take for one bag of a cement? how many kgs of cement, how many kgs of sand we have to be take. In one bag, it will be available as 50 kgs. Okay. 50 kgs. So for 50 kgs of cement, how much quantity of water we have to be add? How much quantity of sand we have to be consider? How much quantity of coarse aggregate it should be taken? So those all things it was discussed in this mixed proportions. Mixed proportions means C is to S is to coarse aggregates. Okay, not admixtures, coarse aggregates. Okay, done. What is mixed proportions here? We will say mixed proportion is the ratio of cement, fine aggregates and coarse aggregates with a suitable water cement ratio. With a suitable water cement ratio. For example, student A, he will take the cement, sand, coarse aggregate as 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1 kg of cement, he will take 2 kgs of sand, 3 kgs of sand. Same like that, student B, he will also take 1 kg of cement, 2 kgs of sand, 3 kgs of coarse aggregate. But the suitable water quantity level. So coming to the here, student A, he have taken the water cement ratio is 0.4. Coming to the student B, he is taken as water cement ratio is 0.6. Okay, 0.6. Here the workable of a concrete is going to be having different. Okay, how? Now we will see here. For example, water cement ratio is 0.4. Water by how much is cement? 1 kg, nothing but 0.4. So where W equals to 0.4 into 1 kg. Sorry, nothing but where water equals to 0.4 kgs of water. Nothing but we have to be convert in the ml or liters. So this is one for student A. I'm coming for the student B. See, water by cement equals to how much? 0.6. Where cement how much he have taken? 1, same as 1 equals to 0.6. Then W equals to 0.6 kgs for student B. So then the quantity of water is having, see here. Here water is 4, sorry. For student B, the water quantity is 6. The water quantity is 6 and for student A, the water quantity is, sorry, 0.4. For the student A, water quantity is 0.4 kgs and for the student B, the water quantity is 0.6. So here the differences is there, no? So here the kind of a workable nature is going to be differences. So that's why mixed proportion is nothing but the ratio of cement, sand, coarse aggregate is commonly can taken with the suitable water content. See here, for student A and student B, is there any suitably? Both are different. So the workability nature also will get difference. So why we have to be take? Because to obtain the required strength and good workable nature of a fresh concrete. Okay, it will be taken as required strength and good workable nature of a fresh concrete. Now you have understood, no? Done. Now the concrete mixed proportions are having three types of mixed proportions. In that one, first one is nominal mix, second one is standard mix, and third one is design mix. These types of mixes are depends on the types of grades. Types of grades. So what are those grades? Grades are M5, M7.5, M10, M15, next M20, M25, next M30 up to M80 or like that some. Okay, so here coming to the part, the nominal mix. Okay, what type of grades will become? So the nominal mix, it will become up to M5 to M15. Sometimes we can take M20 also, no problem. Okay, this will become nominal mixing proportions, nominal mix proportions. Next, coming to the standard mix. So standard mix will become M20 and M25. So these are the standard mix. And last one, design mix, more than M30. Okay, now we have understood. Now I will be mentioned right now. See here. So coming to the nominal mix, it will be taken as grades from M5 to M15. Next, for the standard mix, nothing but M20 and M25. Next, design mix, more than M30. We have to do the separate design process for that one. Okay, see, there are for each type of grades. What is M? M is nothing but mix. What is this phi? Phi is stands for a characteristic strength of concrete cube at 28 days during having the full curing. Okay, and next for each number 5, 7.5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, it is there, no? So that is nothing but a characteristic strength of a concrete cube at 28 days of curing. Okay, done. So for each grade there are having mixed proportions. For M5, so what is the M5 mixed proportion? That is nothing but 1:5:10. Coming to the M7.5, for M7.5, what is the mixed proportions? 1:4:8. Next, for M10, what is the mixed proportion? 1:3:6. Next, for M15, what is the mixed proportion? 1:2:4. And coming to the M20, what is the mixed proportion? 1:1.5:3. And for the M25, what is the mixed proportion? Sorry, I will make here 1:2. For M20, there is having no mixed grade. Okay, mixed proportion is not there. So that's why we have to do the mixed proportion design. Okay, so like this, the concept will be taken as mixed proportions. So based on the mixed proportions, also the good workability of fresh concrete is decided. So then only the required strength it will be reached. Okay, next. So the types of mixed proportions as per IS code, as per IS 456-2007 and as per mixed design code IS 10262 and latest version of 2019. So that there are having 3 types of mixed proportion grades. In that one, first one is nominal mixed proportion, second one is standard mixed proportion, third one is design mixed proportion. The nominal mixed proportion is used for very small works, okay, and where the quality control is having limited. See, tell now for the nominal mixed proportions, which grades we are going to be taking? M5 to M15. For M5, how much? What is the mixed proportion? 1:5:10. Okay, done. Next, for standard mixed proportions. Standard mixed proportions are calculated for middle scale structures, nothing but G+5 building, okay, or G+7 building, or else any type of the road constructions. For that one, the standard mixed proportions we can use. Coming to the design mixed proportions, the proportions are calculated by mixed design, not for the fixed ratios. So depends on the type of structures, depends on the taking of the admixtures, the mixed proportions are having. For the large type of structures, for having high standard structures, we have to take more than M30 mixed grade. Okay, done. Now types of mixed proportions. You people can observe here. Okay, you people can observe here in the table. I have mentioned type of mixed proportion: nominal mixed proportion, standard mixed proportion, design mixed proportion. For that one, which type of grades we can be consider? So grade of concrete from M5 to M15 we can take as nominal mixed proportion. Sometimes we can consider this M20 also for the standard mixed proportions. Okay, see, for the standard mixed proportion we can take M20 and M25 also. And coming for the design mixed proportions, more than M30, M32, M35 to M40 to M45 to M50 to M60, M55 to M60, like that we can take. Okay, done. For what are the mixed proportions? Coarse aggregate, cement plus sand. So cement is to sand is to coarse aggregate. So for M5, 1 is to 5 is to 10. Easily we can get these mixed proportions. With these mixed proportions, we can go for the calculation of ingredients. Okay, and the main important I will tell the typical water cement ratio. If you are taking M5 grade, what is the water cement ratio? You have to take 0.6. Okay, if you are taking M20 for the general constructions, for the house constructions, mostly we will select M20 or M25. Then what is the required water cement ratio we have to be considered, which is 0.45 or 0.5. Next, coming to be design mixed proportions, the water cement ratio is to be not fixed, yet to be designed as per the mixing process. Okay, as per IS 10262 2019 version. Okay, then next, types of workability. So just now I said workability is a property of fresh concrete. Okay, workability is a property of fresh concrete. So it is divided in 3 types of workable nature. What are those 3 types of workable nature? One is harsh workable nature. Second one is medium workable nature. Third one is highly workable nature. So these 3 types of workability nature, it was depends on the taken of water cement ratio, which is 0.4, which is 0.5, which is 0.6. In between also we can take. Okay, so now we will discuss these 3 are the types of workability. Okay, done. So the types of workability are having 3 types. One is harsh workable nature, medium workable nature, and highly workable nature. Okay, done. See, you people can observe here the type of workable natures. It can be observed here. See how the concretes are going to be prepared here. For harsh workable, it is unworkable. You people observe here all the stone particles and all the sand particles. Easily you people can identify here how it is there, and also the slump value also be, it won't come properly. Very stiff mold it will be prepared. Next, coming for the medium workable, some quantity of water will be taken extra. No, for that one it will be having some kind of a semi solid like that one. Okay, semi liquid like that, not semi solid. And coming to the high workable concrete, here we are going to be taking as the water cement ratio more than 0.55 or more than 0.5, nothing but 0.6 level. So then the workable concrete, the workable nature of a fresh concrete will be having good workable. Okay, next, for highly workable is this one. Okay, done. Now we will see for low workable concrete, the uses slightly more workable than very low. It needs some compaction effort. Okay, so for unworkable type of a concrete. We have to take care some of the conditions. It should be slightly more workable than the very low condition, but it needs some compaction effort. It needs some compaction effort. And where we can use this harsh workable nature of a fresh concrete? Near foundations, lightly reinforced concrete members. Okay, next. For medium, this is not highly. Sorry, done. For medium workable of fresh concrete, it is balanced mix with good cohesion and easy to place and compacting process. Mostly this medium workable concrete is uses for normal reinforced concrete works like beams, slabs, columns, like that. And coming to the highly workable nature of a fresh concrete, it flows easily without having any segregation. Why? Because the water content we have taken more. Here the water content we have taken less. Okay, here the water content we have taken in the standard form. So that's why in the highly workable nature of a fresh concrete, it flows easily without having segregation, and it requires little or no little compaction process. Okay, next, it uses for heavily reinforced sections, congested reinforcement sections, and pumped concrete members. Okay, next, let us come to the manufacturing process of a concrete. Done. So the manufacturing process of a concrete, I have given a lecture video in basic of civil engineering module. You people can refer this manufacturing process of a concrete. Okay, in basics of civil engineering module, I have given, I think, the lecture number 5, I think. Okay, 4 or 5. So here detailed process I have given. Okay, for here I am going to be explain very little bit and brief manner. So to have a manufacturing process of a fresh concrete, and you people can follow this link. Okay, directly by using this link, you can you can listen the manufacturing process of a concrete lecture video. Okay, everything I have given in detailed manner. Okay, so and the channel name is GPREC official YouTube channel. Okay, now come to the manufacturing process of fresh concrete. First thing, we have to be collect the ingredients. We have to be collect the ingredients. What are the ingredients? Cement, fine aggregates, nothing but sand, coarse aggregates, and water. If addition, if you are taking admixtures, you can take, or else no need of a admixtures. Now come to the process. After collection of these ingredients, first thing we have to do the batching process. What is mean by a batching process? Batching process is a measurement and collection of ingredients. Okay, measurement and collection of ingredients. Why? In the mixed proportion. And first thing I am telling, the manufacturing process of fresh concrete we have to do after completion. Mixed design. Okay, after completion of a mixed design, then only we have to go for the manufacture of concrete. Okay, now you have understood, no? Done. In the mixed proportions, we will be get the quantity of cement, sand, coarse aggregate, and the water quantity we will be get measure. So those all things we have to do the measurement in the batching part. Okay, next. After having a batching, so those all the ingredients we have to be placed in a mixing machine. So the mixing process will be done in the hand process and also machine process. Mixer machine will be there, no? So we have to be pour into that mixer machine. So after the mixing, after the mixer machine will be switch on, slowly all the materials will get mixed thoroughly and evenly. Properly it will be do the mixing process. After having the mixing process, the fresh concrete will be prepared. The prepared of a fresh concrete, it is going to be transported to the from ground floor to first floor or ground floor to fifth floor. How? By the wheelbarrows or transit mixers and pumps. You can observe here. These are the RMC, ready mix transporting vehicles, concrete mixer vehicles, or else any lifts method. So the fresh concrete, it will be transported through the lifts or else pumps or else any concrete mixer machines. Next, placing. So where we are going to be placing in the specific location, near slabs, beams, columns, or some other any specific location places. So after having a placing process, next to the compaction we have to do. So the compaction, why we have to do the compaction? Nothing but to reduce the air voids. To reduce the air voids in a concrete member. Okay, so directly I have prepared the concrete, fresh concrete in a ground floor, and slowly I have transported through the lifts up to the fifth floor. So by the trolley, by the help of a trolley, I have taken and I have placed in a specific location. That's it. I have left. What it will be happen? So if the air voids are there, slowly after the hardening stage, slowly the concrete member reduces its strength due to the action of loads. So there will be having a deflection process. Wherever the air voids are presented, slowly it reduces the strength. So to reduce the air voids, we have to do this compaction process. The compaction process, it will be taken in hand method or else mechanical method. Nothing but vibrators. Due to the vibrators, all the aggregates will be properly arranged, not settled. And last thing, placing, nothing but after the compaction, finishing. So after having the compaction process, we have to do the finish the level surface of a concrete member. Later, curing process. So curing is available as by the sprinkler curing or else membrane curing or else pond curing. So curing is we have to done for 3 days, 7 days, 14 days and 28 days. So for the columns and beams, we have to do for for columns and beams, we have to do 14 days. Okay, for slabs also 14 days. Okay, so like that the manufacturing process of a fresh concrete is discussed here in briefly. If you want go for the discussed here in briefly. If you want to get the content very deep manner, just refer the GPREC official YouTube channel, and in the playlist select the Basic of Civil Engineering lecture modules. In that one, I think lecture number 4 or 5. So concrete will be there, the title. So at there you can observe this manufacturing process of a concrete. Very easy method. Okay, done. Finally, after the 24 hours or after the curing days, that fresh concrete will be converted into the hardened concrete. For hardened concrete, what type of a property we are going to be defined? Strength property. For fresh concrete, what is the property we are going to be measuring? Workability. Okay, done. Next, factors affecting workability. Okay, done. Now, my students, when we are manufacturing the fresh concrete, we will do some of the measurements, quality controls. So in that one, some of the factors that we will identify. So those factors are: first one, water cement ratio; second one, aggregate size; third one, aggregate shape and aggregate texture; fourth one, grading of aggregates; fifth one, cement content, nothing but cement quality and cement quantity; next, admixtures; and last, seventh one is time and temperature. These are the different factors which will affect for the workable nature of a fresh concrete. Okay, so in the previous lectures only that we have discussed for cement. So if the cement is available in one shop, very less price, that one we can purchase? No, directly we should not purchase. We have to check what is the expire what is the expire date, how many days or how many months it was manufactured. Okay, best before 3 months or else best before 2 months, like that we have to be see. And next, the sizes, properties, everything for the cement, same like as admixtures. The size of admixture is also very important, shape also very important. What shape we are going to be using? Nothing but angular shapes. And also texture, smooth texture we are going to be using, no, rough texture. Okay, so here smooth, it won't be acceptable. Okay, done. Next, gradings. How many gradings of aggregates are there? Well graded, poorly graded, or gap graded. Next to uniform graded. In 3 grades we have to be consider well graded of aggregates. Okay, done. Now we will be take first one, water cement ratio. So how the water cement ratio will affects the water workability of fresh concrete? Simple. If you are taking water content high, okay, then workability is also increase high level. Simple. The water cement ratio, if you are getting water content to more, then the workability will get increased. For example, if you got the water quantity less than, then the workability also decreases. How it works, which depends on the taken of water cement ratio, which is 0.4 to 0.6. Okay, done. Easily you people can relate here. If you are taking water cement ratio 0.6, easily you will get the water quantity more. If you get the water cement ratio 0.4, easily the water quantity will get reduced. So due to that increase, workability will also increase. Due to the less quantity of water, workability also will get reduced. Okay, for higher water quantity, the workability also will have higher nature. Okay, now you have understood. No, water cement ratio is the very important parameter when we are doing the mixing process. There only we have to be justify, we have to be taken properly. Next one, aggregate size. How many sizes of aggregates are there? 20 mm size, 40 mm size, 60 mm size for the coarse aggregates, 4.75 mm size, 20 mm, 40 mm, 20 mm, 12 mm, 10 mm, 4.75 mm. Next, that is one for the coarse aggregate. Next, for the fine aggregates, 4.75 mm, 2.36 mm, 1.18 mm, 600 microns, 300 microns, 150 microns, 75 microns. These are the range of fine aggregates. In this one, which size we have to be take? So for the construction purpose, 20 mm size of coarse aggregate is going to be considered. Okay, is going to be considered. For fine aggregate, 2.2 to 2.4 mm. This is the range for fine aggregates. Nearly we have to say sand. Medium sand we have to be considered. For larger size of aggregates, if you are taking, the workability will also have very large. So not the larger size. So depends on the aggregate sizes, we have to be take. Mostly go for the 20 mm or little bit for the long structures 40 mm plus 20 mm. Okay, done. So how you are taking? Let us take 60% of 40 mm size of aggregates. 40% of 20 mm size of aggregates. Okay, done. Next, aggregate shape and texture. What is the aggregate shape? How many types of aggregate shapes are there? In the previous lectures only these properties we have discussed. So the properties are decided to prepare the manufacturing process of cement. Okay, manufacturing process of concrete. So after manufacturing process also, these are the factors will going to be affect. So that's why in a good manner, in a proper manner, we have to be considered. So the for aggregate shapes, most of the part it should be selected as angular shape, and the texture it must be rough texture. Then the type of a workability will have not higher, it's a good workable concrete. For example, if you have taken rounded shape of aggregates, that too smooth surface, nothing but pebbles, okay, the workability will have very high range. Which one you want? Good workable nature or high workable nature? It should be get good workable nature, not the high workable nature. Okay, done. Next, grading of aggregates. So in these three types of grades, well graded, poorly graded or gap graded, and uniform graded. So the best thing is well graded aggregates will give the better workability of a fresh concrete. Okay, next, cement content. More cement paste, it requires better workability nature. And admixtures, for the admixtures mostly we will take plasticizers and super plasticizers. It increases the good workability. But when we are increasing the plasticizers and super plasticizers, we have to reduce the water cement ratio range value. For M40, M30, M35, M40, M45, M50, these kind of mixed designs, the water cement ratio we can take 0.4, 0.38, 0.39 in this range also we can take. So here slowly the water will get reduces, and we can add the plasticizers also. Next, the time and temperature. Depends on the time, depends on the temperature. Okay, if you are manufacturing this concrete, if you are manufacturing this concrete in hot summer days, temperature changes. In rainy season, temperature changes. So due to that one, it will be get setting and hardening, initial setting and the final setting. So all the situations it will be get changes. So high temperature, it reduces the workability range. High temperature means this is the summer season. In the summer season, if you are manufacturing the concrete, so directly you are placing in a specific mold. So due to the hot temperature, workability is going to be changed. So proper time and temperature also we have to do the mixed proportions. Nothing but severe conditions will be there. Severe, mild, moderate, like that. Okay, done. And next topic is measurement of workability. So the measurement of workability that we are going to be discussed as lecture 5.2. So my dear students, thank you for your patience for having this lecture.